Welcome to Charter Local Edition. Fort Worth Mayor Betsy Price continues to find unique ways to help Fort Worth residents live a healthy lifestyle. Here to talk about Fitworth is Kate Blackburn. Welcome, Kate.
Thanks for having us. We're excited to be here.
Well, big news for Fitworth. You've changed a little bit in the organization, and then you have some new events coming up. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with Fitworth.
So Fitworth has just been around for 2 years, and it's amazing what's come into the picture in those 2 years with health in our city. And Mayor Betsy Price kicked us off in September of 2012 because the Fort Worth Independent School District had over 50% of its students were overweight or obese, which is pretty significant. And so Mayor Price wanted to find a positive and healthy way to create more physical activity and opportunities for healthy choices in Fort Worth. And one of those is coming up very soon. On October 4th, we have our biggest event of the year. It's our second annual culinary competition, and we will have over 96 high school students competing in a live healthy cooking competition at Will Rogers in partnership with the CAF 5K run. So it's pretty huge. We have celebrity chef judges that are mentoring them and judging. Mayor Price will be there running with the kids and participating in the competition. And actually this year, LaDainian Tomlinson is coming out. So a lot of the kids are really excited about that. And we doubled participation from last year, which was our first year ever. Last year we had 48 students participating, and this year we have 96. So it's pretty exciting.
Would they attend the culinary competition? What is their goal? What do they need to come away from learning out of the event?
The two major goals of Fitworth are to create role models and increase behavioral awareness in Fort Worth surrounding health and making healthy choices. So specifically for the culinary competition, these high school students act as role models for younger students and for the community, but really delicious healthy choices can look like. And then they also have the opportunity to win funding for culinary equipment for their local school programs for the top 3 teams that win in the competition. So the idea is that they see the opportunity to be role models as healthy cooks and healthy chefs, and that then they have those role models in the community as well with local participating mentors and judges.
It's really easy to make bad choices when it comes to food. So how do we teach our kids to make healthy choices that are also, accessible and delicious?
And I think it's very important in our community because Fort Worth, for being such a big city, but such a connected city, we have a significant number of food deserts in our community where people don't have access to healthy choices at all. So what we try to do is work in the schools where the students already are, and we have an incredible partnership with the Fort Worth School District to create mentors through their PE teachers and homeroom teachers so that the students actually participate throughout the year in tracking challenges where they pay very close attention to specifically how many minutes of activity they have, how much water they drink, and how many fruits and vegetables they eat. And they get prizes for the school that has the highest participation. So we think the best thing we can do right now is to have kids at a very young age participating actively and paying attention to what they eat and how active they are. And we hear stories from their parents, and the mayor hears stories where parents will come up to her and be like, I don't know what you've done, but my child is coming home every day telling me that I need to put away the chips and eat an apple. Because these students become very passionate about it and have the team-based approach to it and then go home and act as role models for their own families.
So food desert is a term you use, but probably not something that most folks have heard before.
Yes.
Explain what that means.
So a food desert is an area in our community where people don't have within 5 miles access to anything other than a convenience store. So they won't have any access to fresh fruits or vegetables without having to use transportation. And in a lot of these communities that are in food deserts, most of those parents rely on public transportation. So the idea of having to get on a bus and go carry 4 bags back of fresh vegetables and fruits instead of canned vegetables and fruits is a real problem. And what we try to do is increase the awareness surrounding how important fresh fruits and vegetables are, and then using the schools as basis for access to those and more education surrounding that.
What are some of the statistics that you're focused on reversing? Where are the key areas for Fitworth in Tarrant County?
We like to focus primarily on positive statistics on how many people are increasing and tracking their activity in fruits and vegetables. But that number, that 50% of the Fort Worth School District children are overweight or obese, is something we really focus on as a measurement because while we do work with adults and local businesses, we focus on children. And so looking at that rate decreasing is very important to us. And we're proud to say, as small of a change as it is, that in just under 2 years, that number has decreased to 49%. And we are seeing such positive changes in the level of awareness surrounding it. but we try to really focus on people using and accessing the trails in our community, paying attention to that and paying attention to people that are participating in local community events for physical activity like the Cal 5K run and the Cowtown Marathon. So how are people being active, and what resources do people have access to? And we'll actually be partnering with, we're housed at UNT Health Science Center, who's a huge partner of ours now. And we're partnering with them to look at assessments of where the community stands and working with the Tarrant Food Policy Council to see what resources do people have access to. So we're focusing more on positive numbers around access right now.
It's not just diet, it's everything. It's exercise, it's knowledge, it's understanding, the benefits of this healthy lifestyle.
Right.
So if we want to find out more, where do we go and what do we need to know?
Well, we would love for people to visit fitworth.org. It's very easy to remember, and we've got some exciting announcements coming out on there. So that'll be the best way to get live and up-to-date information from Fitworth. It also has all the ways you can reach us to learn more about getting involved and being a Fitworth ambassador. We're all over the place. You can usually find us if you're being active, but we love to encourage people on the website. You can also find us on Facebook at Fitworth and Twitter at Fitworth. So we're trying to be as active online as we are offline.
There you go. Kate Blackburn with Fitworth, doing great work in Tarrant County and all of Fort Worth. Thank you for joining us here. You've been watching Charter Local Edition.